Ask Tuck segment. Now, as you guys know, I am doing a live recording versus just doing an upload for various reasons. We're just going to try this out as an experiment. And this week, I was asked the same question in multiple different ways. Some from friends that were asking me more on a personal basis, and some from people that were just curious on why do I want to help the homeless. Now, the best question that I got, I think that I really want to answer here is because most of you guys know me. I'm not a very social person. I am antisocial and all that other stuff. I'm gonna kill that dog. All right, but anyways, yeah, she won't stop barking at. All right, next time I'm gonna put the bark collar on her. All right, good to know. All right, but anyways, I was asked, you're antisocial, you're not very human friendly, and you don't really like being around people, but yet you want to help the homeless. So how do you help the homeless, or why would you want to help the homeless, considering you don't really like people to begin with? And I kind of had to explain it from a spiritual point of view, because those of you that know me know that I consider myself a very spiritual person. Many years ago, I started following a guy by the name of Billy Meyer, and I started reading his content, and it started making a big impact in my personal life. And one of the things that I learned through many of his readings was the law of oneness. And the thing is whatever created this universe, the cataclysm of life, the creational energy force, whatever you want to call it, that breathed life into everyone and everything. So we are all one and the same. The life source that is in us is in everything, and it comes from the same source. So we are one and we are many all at the same time. And so when, me being homeless, I want to be able to help other homeless that are like me, that have been through the same situation as I have been through. And so it just, for me, I look at it and I say, hey, I am my brother's keeper. It is my duty, my obligation, my responsibility. And although I may have those preconceived notions, those preconceived prejudice, and all those other things, I do not necessarily carry that over into how I conduct myself in my personal life. See, there are how I feel personally. Yeah, sometimes I look at the homeless and I go, why do I want to help you? You don't want to help yourself. All you are is destructive, and you're just a negative black hole. But on the other sense, I am my brother's keeper, and those are my personal feelings, and my personal feelings should not interfere in my duty and my obligations to myself and to my creator. And so therefore, that answers that part of that question. But why do I want to help the homeless? What is my mission? I mean, again, I don't like people. Why do I want to help the homeless? Well, I want to be able to help the homeless because, for the last 25 years, I've been chronically homeless, and that is probably one of the hardest things to deal with, especially at first, because it's a complete shock. It's all this other stuff. It's really hard to be able to deal with being homeless. And I want to be able to help those, and that was my original intent. Was I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to become homeless, especially with this great dispossession, everything that's coming. It is something that is going to be very, very scary for a lot of individuals. And so I want to be able to offer them the best tools possible. Now, my girlfriend always asks me, she's like, well, like, how are you going to make money in any of this stuff? Well, you know, uh, I'm not money motivated. Never really have been money motivated when it comes to things, because you gotta look at it this way. I have an entrepreneurial spirit. You only need so much until all of a sudden your activities become counterproductive to society. And that's kind of what the negative downside of those of us that have the entrepreneurial mindset. They become people like Bill Gates, um, or George Soros, or what's his name? Uh, Henry Kissinger. Okay, you become those type of people when you get too wealthy, and then therefore you, instead of becoming a benefit to society, become a negative asset to society. And so therefore, and my personal view is I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I built a business. I reached the pinnacle of success I was happy with. Due to circumstances, yes, I did have to close it down. Otherwise, it would still be up and running and still keep going. I'd probably be on a second or a third business at this point in time. But the main mindset that I have come to is that I have the skills, I have this talent, I have all this other stuff, but I it is for me to be able to put forth as a benefit to my fellow man. See, when you start a business, it's all about, okay, I want to make profit, I want to make money, I want to live comfortable, I want to do this, and then I want to grow it bigger, I want to see how big I can grow, I want to see how strong I can make it, and then it just keeps going and going and going and snowballing until you get large corporations like Microsoft and Walmart and Amazon and Tesla. Okay, you get companies like that. But the thing is it becomes so big that it is no longer responsible to its local community, and then that again becomes a negative asset to the local community. So as somebody who wants to help the homeless, how do I help the homeless using my entrepreneurial spirit? Well, just basically take my skills that I have. Hi, Annabelle and Underhill and Tavares and all you guys others. This is a live recording of a long form video. But in the long and the short is this is why I want to help the homeless. And I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a pitch to you guys that helping the homeless doesn't mean that you're going to give them money. Helping the homeless does not mean that you're going to go do things. Helping the homeless could be something as simple as going out there and being their friend. The rest of society looks at us as their personal punching bag. What's up, X Dragon? The rest of the world looks at us as a punching bag, and it's socially acceptable to be mean, cruel, vindictive, to do all kinds of horrible things to us as human beings. Okay, then the nicest thing you could do to a homeless person is become a genuine friend. That's one thing that you can do. Doesn't cost you money, doesn't cost you anything other than a little bit of time and care. And yet it allows you to still be your brother's keeper. It allows you to still kind of, do for that person as you would want done for you. Okay, but there are kinds of all other things that you can do for people, because once you become their friend, then you know what they really need and you know what they're really going to go do with what you're going to give them. Okay, so I've had people go, oh yeah, I know you're a stoner, here's $20, I know you're probably gonna go spend it on weed, but here's $20. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks. No, I wouldn't go spend the whole thing on it. I'd spend half of it and then half of it on whatever else I wanted. But I was given I was given the the opportunity, so therefore I move forward in all of this. But anyways, guys, that just take a moment, be a friend. Once you're a friend, then you know what they really need. You know how to be able to help the homeless. Let's say you don't want to get involved with the homeless because you have been jaded. There's volunteer programs. Don't be one of these volunteer tourists that just go around and let me try all these different things. Go around, find something that fits you. Okay, find something that's going to work for you, that fits your personality, that fits your schedule, that allows you to give back to the community, because then you will get to actually have a real human face on the human problem or on the homeless problem to begin with. Because this human face is what allows us to be able to have that compassion. Because what happens right now is we've got politicians, we've got media, we've got all kinds of different talking heads that with their own built-in prejudice based upon the propaganda that gets passed down, is that all homeless are in three different boxes. They're either criminals, drug addicts, or need to be in a mental asylum because they're all freaking crazy. And the thing is that that's maybe 10 to 20% of the overall homeless population. If you really sat back and delved in and really went and looked for the homeless population, you would find that they're couch surfing, they're living on land like I am, they're van lifing it, they're nomading it, they may be living in a hotel room. There's all different ways that the homeless have learned how to survive, because all of us have varying degrees of income and money that we have coming in here. So, it is what it is. So this right here, this channel is now one of two channels that I am now running full time. Okay. So this is the end for those of you guys that are wondering. So I'd like to tell you about the two channels. There's this channel here. Okay. This is a free resource for the homeless. I'm developing my website so that I can create little tutorials and we can start working on bringing the newbies in the homeless community to my website so that they actually have a resource that is going to help guide them in the right direction. Now you're going to have your crazies and all this other stuff, but yes, okay, this is something that I really want to work on. Okay. So this is supported by crowdfunding. Homeless people aren't going to be able to pay for these tutorials. Homeless people may not even know that they need some of this education. This is a free resource, not only to the public, but to the homeless, the newly homeless, and those that are about to be homeless. And so by putting something in my tip jar, which is down in the description, or becoming a member over on Patreon and getting more behind the scenes content, this is how I am able to generate enough revenue so that I have the peace of mind so that I can go out there and I can keep offering this as a resource and keep producing content and keep moving forward. Now, the other channel that I've started, I took my gaming channel. So those of you that are cross-pollinated over on Gaming with Jason, that channel just got changed to Your Personality HQ. And you guys have heard me talk about this up here. Well, this channel here is more about tutorials and education and awareness. That isn't really focusing on what is up here. So since this is hyper niche down, I wanted to hyper niche down my other channel and focus on the other half of the thing that I tell you that causes homelessness, because this is your ticket to homelessness, and this is also your ticket off of the streets. So you should come on over and check out Your Personality HQ. You'll see my ugly mug, so you'll definitely know it's me. But I just definitely want to be able to bring you guys over there and take a look at that. So I just put up my first video up yesterday. I'm going to start doing regular content on both channels because they're both going to complement each other. One will cover one message and one will cover another message. Sorry guys, I got a really sore shoulder right now. All right. So with that being said, for those of you that are new, because this is a new format and style. What I'm doing here is I keep the video under 15 minutes so that it has a quick upload time to YouTube. And then what I will do is I will put it out as long form content and so this is a live recording. So there's not going to be any edits. There's not going to be all the fluff and any of the other stuff. So if in the mornings when I do these live streams, if you want to be able to watch a live recording of a long form video, this is it. So